what's going on, Rooted? Just want to check in with you guys this week and say hello. Hope you're all doing well. Hope your families are all safe. I just wanted to give you guys a little update on what's going on this week and last week. So I'll start with last week. If you weren't here, my wife, as you know, we're kind of journeying through the book of Matthew right now. So Eric kicked us off a few weeks ago and went through the genealogy. And my wife, Angela, picked it up last week, and she talked about, we went through the Christmas story. So she had some decorations and some candy canes, and we had some fun with that. But we got to talk about the birth of Jesus, which most of you are familiar with. But then also following off of that story, King Herod and how he had all the young boys in that area. He was trying to find Jesus, and he was threatened by Jesus coming on as this new king, and he wanted to end his life. So he had all the baby boys in that area killed. And it was just, it's just an interesting story, you know, this beautiful scene of the gift of Jesus coming into our world and our Savior being born, and then the tragedy of these deaths of all these other families and these young boys, and the contrast between the two of those things. And it just reminded me a little bit of the world we live in right now, right? There's some great things happening and some really exciting things happening, but yet dealing with COVID and some of these things, there's so many people that are going through these horrible losses of loved ones and different things. So it's just kind of a reminder of the world that we live in. You know, there are times when things are really great and we're excited and you know, some of the greatest days of our lives, and then there's days where we suffer loss and we're some of the hardest days of our lives. But the important thing is, just like in these stories, God was there. You know, it wasn't outside of God's control. It was part of what needed to happen and what God allowed to happen, and he's always in control, guys. None of these things that are happening today or back then are outside of his control. And I think just one thing I wanted to point out that's been really cool, and you'll see it more and more as we work through the book of Matthew, is just that God has always been in control. Because each week when we go through this, we keep seeing prophecies from the Old Testament, right? And if you don't know what that is, like hundreds of years before Jesus was born, the prophets of the Old Testament, and you can go back in your Old Testament and read, they talked about Jesus's birth, and they talked about these things that were going to happen because God told them ahead of time. And to me, this has always been one of those things that just really helped strengthen my faith, was just this mind-blowing idea that this God of the universe could tell us hundreds and thousands sometimes of years ahead of time what's going to happen, right? And I just think that's really cool to go back and understand that. So as we continue through Matthew, we'll continue to see the prophecies of the Old Testament actually coming true hundreds of years later. So that part's awesome. And this week, I don't know if you guys have looked outside today, but it is beautiful and sunny, and I'm looking at the weather report, and it looks like it's supposed to be beautiful all week and this coming Sunday. So I'm thinking instead of going into Matthew chapter 3 this week, we might just take a break and we might just enjoy this weather and take a little walk down to Wesco. So let your parents know. Parents, if you're watching this, I would love to walk down to Wesco with your kids, buy them a little snack, you know, whatever they pick out, or whatever you tell them they can pick out. If you don't want them having a slush or something like that, let them know ahead of time, so we can take a walk down there and really just spend some time hanging out and enjoying this beautiful weather before winter sweeps in and we don't get a chance to get back out again. So I love you guys. I miss you. I can't wait to see you. So parents, kids, this week we will be walking to Wesco, hopefully out in the sunshine. And if the weather changes for some reason, then we'll probably just stay here, and then we'll go through Matthew chapter 3, so you can look that over. Have a great week. I love you guys. Peace.